Welcome back to the channel. I hope you enjoy. Instantly I worried for Sergio. This told me something had happened, and it certainly wasn't pleasant. What happened next took things a step farther into complete insanity. One of the seabirds suddenly swooped down over me and let out a shrill squawk, and when it did, revealed a row of teeth in the back of its mouth. I nearly fell over from the shock. That bird just gnashed its teeth at me, and I do mean legitimate teeth. What the flying fuck was that thing? As much as I wanted to wrap my head around that, finding Sergio and Evelyn was my top priority. I kept searching the beach, nervously trying to piece together my situation and attempting to apply logic. Every moment things just continued to make less sense. There's no sign of any people, birds with teeth, and zero explanation as to what happened back in the temple. The sky was beginning to change color as the sun began its descent. With the overcast soon to be dark, I had to find them immediately. Just then, the scent of something foul and putrid filled the air. I remember the stuff being one of the worst things I've ever caught a whiff of. As I progressed, it got stronger, and seabirds were flying in the direction I was headed. I noticed there were already stars visible in the sky, night falling faster than anticipated. Strangely enough, one of them was unusually bright. And not by simply just a small amount. It gave off nearly as much as the setting sun, so much so that it illuminated my surroundings. I turned my attentions away from the cosmos above, and was greeted to a sight of something in the distance. As I neared it, it was becoming apparent that this was the source of that rancid scent I picked up. Washed up was the carcass of some animal, perhaps a whale. There were bits of flesh and skin, and the ribs were protruding out. The thing was swarmed with crabs and those birds from before. The closer I got, the stronger and more vile the smell became. That wasn't all, however. Right beside the carcass, another item, man-made, caught my eye. Only a small piece of it was visible, but I could tell it was buried. I reached down to pull it out, and found Sergio's glasses. Where the hell was Sergio, though? Was he even still alive? My mind was clogged with fear, confusion, just about every negative emotion possible. Out of nowhere, I felt somebody's hand grab my shoulder. It was Evelyn. She was hyperventilating, dehydrated, and her clothes looked all beat up. She looked as if she had just fled from something. Are you okay? What's going on? Where's Sergio? We need to go. Get out of here now. What the hell do you mean? Now! Before anything else could happen, the air suddenly became filled with a loud bellow. The most accurate way I could describe it was like a honking goose, only much deeper in pitch. The sound was followed by the shadow of something massive flying overhead. The sound was followed by the shadow of something massive flying overhead. I looked up, and what I saw was unlike anything in the air I had encountered before. A large, airplane-sized creature, with a long neck and stork-like head soared over us with vast wings. When it came down, it landed on all fours, standing as tall as a giraffe. Suddenly I realized, this thing, it was exactly like the carving in the temple. But that would mean, no, that's not possible. The creature was looking right at me, and Evelyn staring us down. It lifted its massive bill and let out another hoarse bellow and proceeded to close in on us. With a massive thrust of its neck, it lunged toward me. I jumped back and just barely dodged being shish kebabbed. Evelyn and I decided to make a break for it. We ran toward the jungle, hoping to lose this thing, but we were stopped short by a noise. The sound of a blood-curdling roar shook the jungle, scaring the birds from the trees and sending shockwaves down my spine. Then, out of the jungle came a terrifying yet familiar shape. Standing in a bipedal gait, blunt, rounded head, dozens of massive teeth. That's a fucking T-Rex. What the actual fuck? That was all that was going through my head in that moment. But what was worse, we were now trapped between it and the winged creature behind us. The T-Rex looked at us, presumably sizing us up. Its attention span, however, was short, as it lifted its head toward the other beast and growled. The winged creature let out another throaty call at the Rex, much to my surprise, showing no fear whatsoever. It became clear that the two were more interested in each other than us, but we were smack in the middle of them, and about to be trampled. Without warning, the T-Rex lunged forward. Evelyn and I managed to barely leap out of the way, its foot just inches away from us. The T-Rex took a massive snap at the neck of the other creature, missing. It retaliated, jamming its bill into one of the Rex's eyes, causing it to roar in agonizing pain. Now the Rex was blinded in one eye, and ultra pissed off. With blinding rage, it charged forward, the other creature galloping away like some demonic bird horse, before leaping into the air and taking flight. The Rex nonetheless pursued as the creature flew over the water. It was gaining altitude, and the Rex was running knee-high through the water, soon unable to pursue. It wasn't over yet, though. Like a tidal wave, an enormous silhouette came racing through the water. It jumped out, revealing a massive reptilian creature with a forked tongue. Yet another creature seen in the temple mural. The beast clamped down on the T-Rex's leg, further aggravating it. In retaliation, the Rex bit down on the sea beast's back, pulling out a massive hunk of flesh. The creature writhed in agony as the T-Rex continued to dismember it. While it was occupied with eating, the two of us made a break for it. We ran fast, as far as we could, and didn't look back. Eventually we were out of breath, but thankfully far enough away from the Rex. At least I had thought. Evelyn was just as confused and terrified as I had been. Was all that what I thought it was? Do you have any other explanation? With no time to bicker, I knew Evelyn and I had to get somewhere safe and soon, as we couldn't stay out here in the open. Going off into the jungle was obviously not an option either, not knowing what sweet hell awaited us within. That's the end of part 3. to listen to one of my videos. I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao.